CVA's AccuraSeries, Agara barrels for guaranteed accuracy, nitride for guaranteed rust-proofing, and a rifle guaranteed to be the best muzzleloader you've ever shot. CVA, it's just a better gun.
All right, guys, let's go over and do this week's Pictures of the Week. This week's Pictures of the Week being sponsored by our friends over at Flowers Garden Center and Deer Processing. Y'all can find them at 4550 Eatons Creek Road in Nashville, Tennessee. They still got that 50% off sale going on right now, so y'all make sure you can get in on that before they get rid of everything. And be sure to tell the Flowers family thank you for all they do for us here at the show. All right, our first picture here, this is one of Mike Adams' buddy. This is his buddy Caden. This is 14-year-old Caden with a 20-pound red snapper. They had a great day the other day, had about 20 fish they caught. They're fishing out of the Orange Beach area down in Alabama.
Would you eat something like that?
And I would. I've got a freezer full of something just like that right now from fishing with Captain Bob down in Louisiana last year. Congratulations on that one, Caden.
Absolutely.
All right, this is another one. This is one of our Alabama friends here. This is George Denish. I hope I'm saying that right, George. And George does a lot of fishing down around the Alabama area and Gulf Shores area. And this is a great redfish he caught this past week he wanted to share with us. So we appreciate that one from all the way down there in South Alabama, George.
That's great.
And this one here, this is Julia Butler. And you know JD very well, her husband JD,
yeah.
Great people, and we've shared a lot of their pictures on here before. But here recently, she was able to pick up her buck from this past year, and she had named this buck Old Chili.
Right.
So she was after him for the season, and it looks like she got her chili. So she's taught him how to deer hunt and catch those red ears and stuff like that. She's done him pretty good. So congratulations on that one. You guys can send your pictures to us here at 474 James Robertson Parkway, or get them to me on Facebook or at the email there on the screen, and we'll share them here on the show just as soon as we can. All right, guys, welcome back to the studio. Again, I've got Courtney Smalley in the house tonight and J.R. Sweat. We were just out on this bow fishing adventure, or hunting for fish, however you want to say it. It was the first time you had gotten out and done this. But you've shot regular archery quite a bit. You shoot a bow quite a bit. You shoot it well. But what were the differences that you sort of saw right off the bat, Courtney, between typical archery equipment and what y'all were using that night?
The bows look the same. They do not operate the same. You throw everything archery right on out the door. I was used to the sight, and I kept wanting to concentrate on it, and he said, just erase it. Everything
it's just natural shooting, you know, what I call Dan Fitzgerald style. You know what I'm talking about, JR.
Exactly. Aim low. Point, shoot, aim low.
So you do aim low. I've heard that before. And I've not bow fished yet. I'm going to have to get out and do it myself sometime, but I've been told you aim below the fish. Is that right?
Yeah, the water will distort your
Well, I will fix you right up with Scotty and Casey.
Get down there and do some shooting. Well, so now what were on the ends of there? There's special tips they have for the fish, and I guess is it like a prong hook type tip on it, or what is that, JR?
It's made kind of like a fill point, except there's a prong that goes through, and it's in a U shape. And when it hits the water and hits the fish, the prong is back toward the shaft. Once it goes through the fish, then the prong lays open and it grabs the fish.
That way you can get him back to the boat.
That way you can get him back to the boat. And then to get him off, you hold him up, unscrew the tip, and slide him off your arrow.
Gotcha. Now some nights, y'all had a pretty good night. I mean, y'all put several fish in the boat. Some nights they go out and just absolutely shoot the fire out of them. But it's like anything else. Some nights they go out and may not come back with anything. I mean, it's just like any other fishing. I'm sure is there a particular time of year that's better for it? Do you guys know that or not?
Spring,
early summer.
Spring, early summer. And even through the summer, it lays off a little bit in the summertime, but even into the fall.
Well, I know that it's been put to use in a lot of different ways. Now, he was showing you at one point, Courtney, how they skin those fish, actually clean those the gar, and eat those, because a lot of people think you don't eat these kind of fish. Some people do. Mike Ridings, they actually make a particular fertilizer out of it. I don't know if you've seen him online talking about that, but they do a lot of bow fishing, and they're up here in North Nashville, I believe is where they are, but they're creating fertilizer out of it.
Compost piles.
You know, compost piles and things like that. So, I mean, a lot of this is being put to use, and you hear talk all the time. Asian carp, Asian carp, Asian carp. This is one of the biggest ways that they're being battled is through our bow fishing community, you know. I mean, yeah, of course, they're not putting it into commercial guys are, but when you have guys like Scotty and them going out night after night and they're putting a pounding on these fish, I mean, it's helping.
You know, I've heard people talk about eating the Asian carp. I personally have never had one or
Dayton has.
They're delicious.
Yeah. Well, I have gar.
White meat. They're white meat.
And gar is a very, very white meat. And it takes you a little while to get to the white meat.
Yeah, right.
But once you get that fish skinned and get him back, that's some of the purest white meat and some of the best tasting fish that I've ever eaten.
Yeah, they're just a lot of work. I think that's what has driven people away from them over the years.
But
really,
like
it's just that it's so much work.
You gotta, I mean, they're hard to clean, but you can get some.
Didn't y'all make something kind of like a salmon patty or something like that?
That was kind of the suckers.
Oh, okay.
That's when I caught the suckers. We
Okay.
filleted them out, washed them good, canned them.
Well, that's another fish people don't think much about being able to use.
And plus it's real easy to do. I mean, when you're canning fish, all you do is take the fillets, like those sucker fillets, and make sure they're deboned, not super good, but pretty good. Pressure cook them, and you don't add water. You'll look at that jar and it'll have that meat in it, and you put a little bit of salt and stuff in it, but whenever they're pressure cooked, it's full of water, like it pulls all the water out of that fish, and then it is white as that paper.
Yeah.
So all you do is open your jar up, pat them out.
It's pretty neat. Like I say, a lot of people don't realize you can eat a lot of this stuff too. So, well, guys, we're going to go on over right now and go to this week's product of the week. This week's product of the week is being sponsored by Caney Fork Outdoors. Y'all can find them at cfoutdoors.com or get off I-40 at the Center Hill Dam exit. Go to the bottom of the hill there and make a right. They're going to be at the Big Rock Market. Go in there and say hello to the Martin family and tell them thank you for all they do for us here at the show. All right, Dayton, what you got over there tonight, buddy?
I got us some mean mouth football head jig. Mean mouth lures are made right here in Middle Tennessee, right here, right around Nashville.
I was going to say, that's what's so
American
great
made
about
right
them.
here in Tennessee. And you can go to www.meanmouth.com, see what they got. This is the half-ounce football jig, green pumpkin with blue flake. Great hook, great product, local Tennessee
That's the biggest
product.
thing, local right here in Tennessee.
And if you go to their website, like I said, meanmouth.com, you can see the display of lures and what all they have in stock. And
That
stuff.
is a prime color.
It is.
Yes, it is.
It is. That's why Dayton's holding out on it over here.
I'm trying to hide it
Y'all
back.
get to
There we
sit
go.
tonight for just a second, and then that one will disappear.
That's right.
So, well, all right, guys, we're going to get ready to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to head back to West Tennessee for some catfishing.